Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Conneaut High School and the 2026 Prom walkthrough. This is a tradition that started many years ago to allow friends and family to view and honor prom attendees and see them dressed up in their finest dresses, gowns, suits, and tuxedos, or however they choose to express themselves at this special time. It allows our prom goers at least a few minutes of fame in front of you, and you are encouraged to applaud and receive each attendee, couple, or group with enthusiasm. But please remember to be courteous and understanding to those around you. I'm David Simpson, your MC for this event. I will be assisted this evening by Conneaut High School teacher and junior class advisor, Jamie James. And my wife, Pamela, is in the background here, assisting behind the scenes as etiquette advisor. Encouraging the students to get rid of their gum, advising on appropriate corsage and boutonniere placement, and placing the lady to the gentleman's left. I bet you didn't know there was this much to it. But she's in the details. And to properly escort. And of course, reminding them to smile for the cameras. And some of them are really nervous. The students can briefly stop and face you for a photo along their strolls. So if you want to, hey, Kim, turn here and look at me, you're encouraged. The theme of this year's prom is a very exciting and daring, the Great Gatsby. Think of Art Deco, Roaring 20s, when the ladies were called flappers and the young men were called sheiks because of their flashy and daring they were. This event is taking place at the Andrews Party Center in Ashtabula. Catering is provided by Guarino's, with the menu including pasta, meatballs, marinara sauce, Alfredo sauce, chicken Italiano, scalloped potatoes, green beans, salad, and bread. An evening of music, dancing, and fun will ensue. As a reminder, there are no officially scheduled after prom activities this year. Before we begin, let's recognize the organizers for this event. Junior class advisor is Jamie James, and the junior class officers are President Aurelia Huya, Vice President Bailey Carlson, Secretary Macy McBride, Treasurer Maddie Teppo. Those are the junior class officers. Representatives include Naomi Dewey, Reese Tenney, Ella McAdoo, and Anna Rain. And I think many of them, if not all of them, were at 5:30 this morning at Andrews decorating in their pajamas. Let's give them a round of applause. And a special thank you to their parents, as well as Conneaut High School staff and administrators who helped out and may or may not be chaperoning the prom. We are about to begin the prom walkthrough, and the final attendees to be introduced will include royalty. The 2026 CHS Prom Court King and Queen candidates will be the last couples introduced today. And without further delay, our first charming couple. First, we have the charismatic and classy Colby Stiltner escorting the very abundantly adorable Lynn Muhal.
Who let it come
Next, we have the very dapper and daring Ryan Turner escorting the amazing and impressive Ashlyn Sherman. Next, we have the dashing and gentlemanly Madden Knapp escorting the very astonishing Abby Anderson. I'm ordered, sorry. Next, we have the dashingly debonair Anthony Rivera escorting the very ladylike Sophie Thompson. And next, we have the devilishly daring Landon Chazinski escorting the very beauteous and lucky Riley Jarvie. And now we have the very distinctive Gavin Lowry escorting the very captivating Brittany Jarvie. Next, we have the very electrifying Joshua Sabo escorting the very bedazzling Sophia Vickery. Next, we have the very engaging and classy Ethan Saronin escorting the very bewitching Naomi Sanford. Next, we have the very fantastically imposing Evan Benetti escorting the very elegant and charming Reese Tenney. And next we have the very fashionable and refined Ethan Dooley, escorting the very dramatic and captivating Alexis Kaiser. Next, we have the very flashy and smooth Austin Fell escorting the very extraordinary Anna Ray. Next, we have the very illustrious and imposing Mason Quietly escorting the very fabulous Ashley Clemens and the very darling Alexis Jackson. Next, we have the very imposing Hamilton Spiro escorting the very dazzling Anime Cameron. Next, we have the incomparable Aaron Johnson escorting the very glitteringly delightful Macy McBride. Next, talking about the 1920s, we have the very jaunty and dapper Alexander Jones escorting the very gloriously distinctive Abby Norquist. Next, we have the very kingly and refined Joe Chazinski escorting the very graceful and dramatic Ella McAdoo. Next, we have the very photogenic Corinne Johnson and the very extraordinary Bethany Cross. Next, we have the very princely and engaging Daniel Simonson escorting the very exotic and theatrical Avery O'Brien. And again, talking about the Roaring 20s, we have the very rakish yet classy Jonas Greco escorting the very fancy and unique Maddie Drew. And now we have the very remarkable Silas Deal escorting the very joyous and unusual Kendall Sperler. And now we have the very righteous Drew Rudler escorting the very remarkable Brooklyn Artman. And now the very sharp and snappy Wyatt Distal escorting the very lovely and wonderful Ava Webb. And now we have the very snazzy and sporty Zachary Lewis escorting the very splendidly fletching Myliana Riddle. And now we have the very sporty Riley Mooney escorting the very wonderfully spectacular Riley Mooney. I'm sorry, that's Marcus Garcia and Riley Mooney. I wonder why she looked so stunned when I did that.
That's where
one of us got some
the very striking and adventurous Yadiel Perales-Cruz escorting the very glamorous Ella Lee. And now we have the very stupendous and studly Nick Brett. And we also have the very strikingly handsome Malte Stravina, escorting the very lucky and glorious Vina Sanford. And just to let you know, Malte is one of our exchange students with the Snoopy there. And now we have the very suave and gentlemanly Hunter Bilbrey escorting the very graceful and solid Maya Lintz. Sorry. And now we have the very tasteful and personable Jacob Wells escorting the very wonderfully winsome Amy Jo Llewellyn. I like this one. Tyler spelled his name for me phonetically. The very dapper and classy Tyler Solembrino escorting the very adorable and impressive Natalie Walker. Next, we have the very electrifying Hayden Shirelli escorting the very magnificent Ada Georgia. And now we have the very extraordinary Damon Bonanno escorting the very captivating Adeline Gill. And now we have two gentlemen here, the very imposing Damian Waldo, DJ, and also the very impressive Caden McRoberts. And now we have the very charismatic and classy Jackson Burt escorting the very adorably amazing Gabriella Jones. Do you like this or this? You want to make sure I can read it? I really appreciate that. Colin wrote this really big on the page so that I could read it. The very cool and collected Cohen Bidwell escorting the very astonishingly imposing Sierra Van Gordon. And now, the very distinctive at Aiden Googe, escorting the very bedazzling and magnetic Aurelia Booyah. That's not right? Sorry, guys. And I haven't got Aiden's name right all year long through basketball. I know. See, I can't get it right. Okay, who is that? Is that Olivia Colby? No. And Alden Goose. Okay, all right. Dashing and gentlemanly Alden Googe just went through there with the very bewitchingly attractive Olivia Colby. Sorry about that. And now we'll try the fantastically imposing Blake Wassey, escorting the very enchantingly cheerful and pleasant Aurelia Booyah. Aurelia is also president of the junior class. Okay. All right, so now we have coming our court members, and some of them are the princes and princesses of the court. Others are just their escorts. So we have a mix here. Sometimes they escort each other, sometimes they don't. So I'll try to keep that straight. In this case, we have the very bewitching Bailey Carlson escorting Prince Nick Alamas. And now we have the very incomparable and astounding Hope Gleason escorting Prince Kason Hayes. Now we have the very elegant and charming Aaliyah Ryan escorting Prince Noah Sigley. And now we have Prince Braden Billings escorting Princess Lillian Ensman. And now we have the very bewitching Olivia Whitbread escorting Princess Remy Phil. And now we have the very ladylike and beauteous Madison Tepball escorting Prince Carrick Dobrin. And now we have the very illustrious and imposing Ben Griswold escorting Princess Kylie Sherman. And this very lucky gentleman is the extraordinary Gino Garcia escorting both princesses, two princesses, Olivia Coleman and Alexis Cucaro. I'm going to ask you all to please remain seated. please remain seated. We do want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending today's 2026 Conneaut Prom walkthrough. It doesn't take very long. We hope you've enjoyed this prom parade of fashion and personalities. You have made this event particularly special for all of these prom goers who choose to participate. We hope all the prom attendees enjoy themselves at this year's prom with the theme, The Great Gatsby. Just a reminder, the prom is from 6 until 10, and there's no after prom, because that's how long the chaperones can keep their eyes open. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and as you leave Conneaut High School's Garcia Gymnasium, always remember to buckle up, and please drive safely. Thank you.